Here's your wrestling news for May 2nd, 2021. And if you like what you're watching, smash that like button and give us 1,000 likes or more. And your headlines for today include: WWE announces 2 new segments for Monday Night Raw. Andrade challenges Kenny Omega for the AAA Mega Championship. Identity of Alexa Bliss's Lilly doll to be revealed on Monday Night Raw. Production note about Roman Reigns' new WWE entrance music. Ryback reacts to fans telling him to retire. 2 recently released WWE stars were told not to wait outside Vince McMahon's office. Jericho on being threatened with $7 million assassination bounty. Why pirate ship spot at WrestleMania 37 never happened. We are kicking off today as 2 segments have been announced for tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw. It's been confirmed that the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley will appear to address WrestleMania Backlash, which will now be a triple threat title match with both Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. AJ Styles and Omos will also be on the show, their first appearance since becoming Raw Tag Team Champions. At this time, no tag team title match has been announced for Backlash, but it's likely that the Viking Raiders will confront the champions following their dominant return to Raw. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but after weeks missing, we're pleased that the Raw Tag Team Champions will be appearing on the Red brand at all. One person fans won't be seeing on Raw is Andrade, who's laid out a huge challenge to Kenny Omega. Appearing at AAA's Rey de Reyes event, Andrade challenged Omega for the AAA Mega Championship, one of the many titles held by the Cleaner. Issuing the challenge for this year's Triplemania event, it's likely that this match will happen as Andrade issued the challenge on live pay-per-view, and perhaps Andrade will find a weakness in the belt collector's armor. More Raw news now as Alexa Bliss has made it clear that her doll Lilly is here to stay, and Lilly may be none other than Bliss's former partner, Nikki Cross. If you watched her in NXT, you'll know Cross is suitable to play the role Bliss is currently portraying, and the Twisted Sister of NXT may resume that character soon. It's a shame that someone as talented as Cross is going unused on Raw, and since Bliss was a vessel for The Fiend, it's only logical that Cross could be a vessel for Lilly. Right now, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler seem absolutely bulletproof, but we're not sure they could take down the reunited team of Cross and Bliss, especially when they're channeling a much darker side than before. Over to SmackDown as Roman Reigns retained his Universal title on last Friday's show and also debuted some new theme music. This change means Reigns has ditched the last part of his pre-Tribal Chief character after a long process creating the song. Fightful Select notes that WWE started on Reigns' new music shortly after his SummerSlam return, and production on it took at least 6 months. Reigns' last theme, which was also the Shield's theme, was a Jim Johnson track, and in recent years, WWE have been trying hard to get rid of any of his music or any tracks made by Johnson's successor, CFO $. After 9 years with the same song, some new music is a big change for Reigns and is the latest huge change for the Universal Champion. Now, in recent weeks, former WWE star Ryback has been asking fans what he should do next in his career, and the results haven't exactly been positive. In his first poll, the majority of fans responded saying Ryback should retire from wrestling altogether, and after claiming that those were fraudulent votes, his second poll saw even more people say that the former Intercontinental Champion should hang up his singlet for good. Now Ryback is getting a third opinion, as he's claiming the second poll was tampered with, and he plans on releasing a third vote at a later date. There's been no word on any promotions showing interest in Ryback, but perhaps he'll learn his lesson and not include an option for fans to tell him to retire in the next poll. Last month, WWE released a total of 10 superstars, including Steve Cutler, and now the former Forgotten Son has broken his silence about his WWE tenure. Speaking to Fightful, the former superstar revealed that the rumors of people waiting outside Vince McMahon's office is true, as he waited in a line of other superstars to meet with the boss in 2020. Whilst their actions received support by Bayley, who felt it was the right thing to do, Cutler and fellow releasee Chelsea Green were later told not to wait outside his office and to instead sit in catering, where they'd be seen when ready. This meeting culminated in Cutler and Wesley Blake being the Knights of King Corbin, but this brief alliance didn't stop them from being handed the pink slip on April 15th. More from AAA, as at Rey de Reyes, Impact Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo also appeared, confronting Fabi Apache. Challenging the new AAA Queen of Queens, it looks like Purrazzo is representing Impact in AAA now, and after such a difficult year, it's good to see promotions able to travel and work together. Earlier this week, NXT referee Jake Wirtz made headlines when a video of him went viral at a county commissioners meeting. Sharing debunked QAnon conspiracies, Wirtz squeezed some tears out after claiming that ongoing mask mandates are part of a system to allow predators to prey on our children. Now, Wirtz has once again commented on this as he took to Facebook to lash out at those criticizing his, quote, radical views. In his post, Wirtz claimed that children are being abused by being forced to wear masks and called himself a, quote, extremist for Christ. Wirtz also claimed that abortion is murder and should be abolished, and got a lengthy message of support from Daniel Rose, the lawyer of Matt Riddle, who claimed, without evidence, that those ridiculing Wirtz for sharing debunked conspiracies are making fun of human trafficking. Wirtz was also shared by Road Dogg Jesse James, and whilst Wirtz was suspended from the Capitol Wrestling Center for not wearing a mask after an outbreak, we doubt he'll stop with these comments. AEW news, and Chris Jericho is no stranger to being hated by fans, and sometimes the hate he's received has happened out of the ring. That was the case in Abu Dhabi a few years back, as this week, Jericho told Wrestling Observer Radio of a time when he and Jake Hager were confronted in a bar. The story goes that Jericho deliberately bumped into a rude bar patron, and the man claimed that his father owned 27% of the country and put a $7 million bounty on Y2J. Jericho added, "This guy had a little posse of characters, and they were going to assassinate me, and Hager was there the whole time like, dude, we gotta get out of here." I was like, no, I want to know if 7 million is a good number. Jericho added that he returned to his hotel shaken up and was worried during that night's show, fearing that anyone in the crowd could be an assassin. Fortunately, that wasn't the case, as Jericho made it back to his room after the show and explained, "Guys were sending me pictures trying to get me to go out, so I decided to go, and I go back to the club and the bouncer is there. He's like, 'Oh, you weren't assassinated yet.' I go, 'No.' He goes, 'That says that all the time. His dad doesn't own the country, he owns the gas station down the street.'" Jericho didn't know at the time that the threat was a fake, but Hager was still wanting to protect him, forming a friendship that had continued years later when Jericho pulled for Hager to be a part of the Inner Circle. We've got some sad news to report now, as former indie wrestler Sean Vex has died aged 42. Vex, a regular of Anarchy Championship Wrestling and other promotions, competed from 2007 to 2016 and started making music after his retirement. On Twitter, Ember Moon described Vex as a beautiful person inside and out, and we're sending our deepest condolences to his family at this time. Before WrestleMania 36 was moved to the Performance Center, Kevin Owens expressed his desire to jump off the show's pirate ship, and though that ship was around for WrestleMania 37, Owens got nowhere near it. Now we know why KO's year-long plan failed, as Fightful reports that though there were discussions between talent and creative, the match stipulation, or lack thereof, was a problem. As the match was a singles match, it would have been impossible for Owens and Sami Zayn to reach the top of the stage without being counted out, and that wasn't the only issue. The poor weather proved to be the final nail in the coffin for the spot, and though Owens has expressed a desire to jump off the SmackDown Fist if it returns for next week's Old School episode, him jumping off the Mania pirate ship just wasn't meant to be. And we're ending with some news from Kane, and for all his demonic deeds in WWE, the Hall of Famer has a softer side. On Twitter, the Knox County mayor tweeted that he'd done his good deed for the day, saving a chipmunk from the neighborhood cat. Kane explained that the cat had the chipmunk in its mouth, but dropped the woodland creature when Kane gave it a scare. We're not sure how Kane scared the cat into dropping its dinner, though we hope pyrotechnics were involved in this heroic act by the devil's favorite demon. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.